Hi, hi everyone. My name is Hari. I'm from Intel. You're not here to listen to my journey, thank God for you guys. You must be retired. I'm here. I've got the privilege today to kind of present to you 5 really innovative students.
We've got 6 years all here.
Oh, sorry, is it 6? So, yeah, we've got 6 very innovative students and young makers to present to you. The one thing that kind of glues all of these kids together is a program that Intel runs, and it's a global initiative called the Intel Innovation Generation. And this is a program that catalyzes our partners and our ecosystem, brings them together. So we've got great ecosystem partners right here. We've got, of course, William. Is William still here? He's out. And we've also got John Kim from Korea. And John's got a bunch of kids from Korea with him. Can you guys kind of give us a wave? So, you know, it's fantastic to kind of bring all of these kids together. But I'm not going to waste too much time. I've got to rush a little bit. I've got to catch a flight at 8. So I'm going to start introducing you to some of the young makers. Firstly, I'd like to introduce you to Wooey. Yes, Wooey is from Korea. Hey, is Alice around?
Alice here.
Oh, hey, Alice is going to help us with some of the translation. So yeah, Alice is also a young maker. And now we've also got Thea with us. Thea is from Indonesia. Thea got on a flight today and left Indonesia for the first time, and she's here. So I think she does a huge And then we've got our Singaporean contingent. We've got Sidarshan. Can you give us a wave, Sidarshan? And from Nanyang Poly, we've got Owen and Chris. So I'm going to kind of keep this really informal and let the kids do the talking. And I was trying to figure out how to do this, so I decided to do it from north down to south. So we're going to start off with Wooey. Let me just give you a slide deck. Alice, do you want to help with the translation if we need to? Okay, great. All right, so Wooey, I just wondered if you could maybe just give us a little bit of background of yourself. If you'd like to just give us a little bit of an overview of your projects and stuff. Yes. No. Yes. Yeah. We'd like the to pass this to you.
If you want me to pass it on.
No problem.
Carry on.
Hello, I'm Wooey Kim. I'm 18 years old, and I'm Yeongdeungpo High School student in Korea. Next. This is picture of our school innovation lab. Students get education here to making activities and make many creative inventions. Likewise, my school is specialized in technology and making activities. Among many activities in Innovation Lab, Makeathon is the main. In short period of time, students come out with brilliant ideas and create inventions with the skill taught by my teacher, Juhyun Kim, and good support from Intel Korea. Students participate in a Makeathon. The topic was first, wearable, and second, solve a problem of our neighborhood. These 6 inventions were presented in Makeathon. Sign language translator was the one that I was most impressive. And actually won the first prize. If a person with hearing disability wear a glove and do sign language, it translates to voice. This invention was meaningful in that it makes a communication between the disabled and non-disabled much more easier. I also participated in this makeathon. The name of my invention is Fall Detecting Sleeper. I use Intel Curie Nano. If elderly or patient fall, this sleeper let doctors or nurse in hospital know that they fall. The significance of my invention is that doctors and nurses can make faster response in emergency situation. Next. Last is our school program in Gyeongwon School. Gyeongwon School is a school for the disabled, different from our making before. This was a social contribution project through making activities. Most of the students who have this ability don't get enough exercise. We made this special stair for those students. If someone steps on this stair, it makes a sound like a piano. We help disabled students to exercise with a lot of fun with music. I learned a lot from this activity. It was very impressive that I started because of just fun, but actually worked as a social contribution. Also, from my own perspective, this was the most powerful advantage of making. Thanks to Intel support and Julian teachers teaching, my life changed entirely. Now I'm just normal student, but in the future, I want to become a technical educator like my teacher and share my experience, knowledge, feeling to students, and finally make our world better, their new inventions. Thank you.
Okay, the next young maker we want to introduce is first Singaporean candidate, Suvai. Would you like to kind of give us an overview? Just 1 second, let me just get that full screen. Okay. Here you go.
Hello everyone. I'm Sudarshan, but I know that's a mouthful, so you can call me Solania. So all my social media accounts use that. So yeah, and what I want, my great vision and dream in life is to see robots and humans working and living together. So I love robots. And my journey to get where I am right now, I'm 16 years old, I'm going to turn 17 in September, is quite a convoluted one. So I started off with Mindstorms NXT when I was in primary 4, which means I was 10 years old. But then, you know, the environment for primary school students in Singapore at that period of time, PSLE and all those, so I actually dropped even working with robots for quite a period of time for that 2 years in my life. And I studied a lot for PSLE, and when I got out, I got one of the best schools in Singapore, but I didn't really feel much satisfaction with, it didn't feel very good answering questions that people already knew the answer to. And that's what I would put it as. So I got back in. I started off with my first electronics project in Diva was very simple. It was an A-stable multi-vibrator using a 555 timer. It's how classic, one of those classic electronics projects people start with. And then I learned basic electronics, like how transistors work, resistors, and electronics 101. And then I discovered this whole new world of digital electronics, starting with the Arduino platform. That was in about when I was 13 and a half years old or so. And that was when I started making my first project. So you can see it at your left. It's a mouse, even though it doesn't look like a mouse. It's actually an inertial mouse. It's connected to an IMU. Internally, there is a Arduino Nano, and the case is 3D printed using my school's 3D printer, which I managed to beg my teacher to use, and they said yes, which was pretty amazing. And it uses normal switches inside, and basically you, instead of using it on the floor, you can use it in the air, and you can maneuver your the IMU to do to point the cursor wherever you want, and that was when I was 13 years old. And from that point on, it kind of just took off from there. I outgrew the Arduino platform pretty quickly because I realized that it has a lot of constraints. So when I was about 14 and a half, 15 years old, I moved to ARM processors. So right now I use real-time operating systems and STM32s all the time. So all of the other three projects, except for the last one, the other two projects that I use STM32s inside. So the one you see there is a KSP, a Kerbal Space Program flight controller. So basically, it's a game, and we built a whole NASA command station feel to the game by putting buttons and a screen there, and it all looks like an arcade game. And internally, it uses custom PCBs made in KiCad to connect it via serial to the computer. The last two are both robots because I love robots, as I said. The second last one is actually pretty interesting. It's a new type of drone conceived from scratch, completely 3D printed. It uses coaxial motors and flaps to control it instead of your conventional 4 motors and differential thrust thing that you have going on. And so that helps make drones much more compact. That's one of the smallest coaxial type drones that you will find around, and it also makes it much safer. And that goes towards my emo of drones and humans living together, because it needs to be safe if you want to interact with drones on a daily basis. And that's actually controlled via the entire distance, even though it's been discontinued very sadly. Yeah. The PCB is also custom, and the last one actually won a hackathon at last year's Hack and Roll organized by NUS. That's a drone, that's a robot that's meant to be a replace CCTV camera. So it's supposed to be a mobile CCTV camera thing that you can control through a web app, and you can basically drive it around your house and see what's up in your house, whether the baby's crying or stuff like that. And right now, I'm working on quite a few other projects, and I'm also a freelancer. So I am on Upwork because I need to be able to fund my own projects and also fund my university education. So I'm now working. Yeah.
He's stable multi-colorist, love it. Okay, the next group I'd like to introduce is Owen and Chris. Owen and Chris are from NYP. Let me get this going. All right.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and I'm from China, and this is my partner Owen. He's from Singapore. And actually, during our 2 years poly life, we have been provided a lot of opportunities to take part in the workshops and events organized by our school. And actually, the first year, we have encouraged to participate in the Intel Bootcamp, which is taught us about the basic program concepts and Intel Galileo. And we were also tasked to do the robot, which is obstacle avoidance robot. This is a video show what I have done during that time. Please.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, thank you. It's a video. No, it's a video.
Oh, okay, sorry.
There is a very simple robot, but I think it's a very important and meaningful for me. You can tell from my face. Actually, at that time, I find learning programming and Intel Galileo is a very interesting and enjoyable thing. So a few months later, we volunteered to support the Science and Technology Challenge, and we were assist in the development of light controlling car, also use Intel Galileo board. During that time, I find it is necessary for us to build something for our own. So we made an important decision for us to make our own smart device, which is this swim guard. So let me invite my partner Owen to share something about our new invention.
Alright, hello. So I would like to talk more about our project SwimGuard and share with you our train of thoughts when we are trying to create this product itself. So is it okay if I assume more of you here are parents, great parents with kids? So kids being kids, they like to play. Sorry, do you like to go to swim? Do you like to go to swim? Maybe. Alright, that's a yes. Okay, so but do you know, in recent years, just last year, KK Hospital actually published a article whereby it mentioned that just last year, there were 104 child drowning cases, 10% of them being death cases, which is pretty serious. Another case is whereby a girl was actually drowning, but her father did not notice. He was at the side of the pool using his mobile device. Then we have a problem. So we have to solve it. This is why we made this SwimGuard itself. I'd like to tell you more about this product. Okay, so our SwimGuard is more of a motion sensor. I would not say motion sensor, sorry. It detects gesture. It's a gesture recognition device. So in the case whereby you drown, you actually press down on the water surface to push yourself up to breathe, to get what? Oxygen, right? Okay. So that's why we actually recognize it as an instinctive drowning response. Alright. So in the current market, we have two products that I want to highlight today. One being iSwimBand. So what it is a device whereby you wear it around your head, and if you are submerged in water for more than an allocated amount of time, the alarm would actually ring. But we assume that by the time that the alarm is already dead, the child will have already drowned, and effects will be like permanent brain damages. Another device that I want to talk about is the King 2. It's a wearable device. It's supposed to be worn on your wrist itself. With the press of a button, it will deploy like a small float. The problem with it is that as the float is small, the child's body will still be underwater even though the float is being deployed. And also, as a kid, chances are that you have a panic attack and he will not be able to respond in time to press the button itself. So now I'd like to tell you more about how we actually built the SwimGuard itself. So our SwimGuard is being run by Intel Curie. One of the reasons why we want to run Intel Curie is it is affordable. Looking back at King 2, it costs around $130, which is pretty expensive. Also, it runs on Bluetooth Low Energy. One of the reasons why we wanted to use Bluetooth Low Energy is because it is very easily discoverable. It is compatible with a lot of mobile devices nowadays. Also, we have an accelerometer and gyroscope inside, which we use to measure to detect gesture. So, before the user can actually use our SwimGuard here itself, he must calibrate the SwimGuard. He can do so by actually wearing the device and actually waving his hand in up-down motion in water with around 60 to 70% of the full strength. And in the case of a real drowning situation, we can the user will actually hit down on the water with all his strength. Right? You want to come up and breathe, guess what, air? You hit at a very large strength. We set a threshold which is 60 to 70%. But in the case of a real drowning situation, he will use his full strength and he will exceed the threshold value, and then a notification will be sent to the user's, the parents' mobile phone to tell them that, hey, your son is in danger. Yeah, I think this is pretty much what we have done and accomplished over the years, and I just really want to thank Chris and thank Mr. Alex O, everybody for all the support. Yeah, this is, thank you, this is our maker's journey. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Christian. And now we've got Thea. 1 second. Fine, okay. All right.
Hi, good evening. My
my full name is Liatin Wikanti, but usually people call me Lea. I'm from Indonesia, and in Indonesia, especially in my hometown, special region of Yogyakarta, in Java Island, we have a team, we have a community called Sagasitas community, and in Sagasitas community we have also a kind of sub-organization which called GIH or Jogja Innovation Hub. So in Jogja Innovation Hub, it's a team of a maker, just like what we all have here. And this is the picture of me and my team. So actually that the selfie one, I'm sorry. So the selfie one is my picture and my team. So next please. My project and my team project is about IKIS, or Artificial Environment and Geomanipulation Incubating System for Shrimp Farming. We focus on aquaculture, especially shrimp, because as I know, Indonesia is one of the largest shrimp productivity in Asia. And this one, when we have a survey in South Coastal of Java Island, we found so many problems there, and we try to help the farmers, the shrimp farmers, to solve their problems. And here, up to right here, actually our project is still in progress. Next, please. It's still in progress, and up to right now, we just focus on two main problems. Next, please. So the first problem is about the aerator system. So actually, our Jogja Innovation Hub is focused on what the public need. Not the sophisticated of the technology, but what people need in our hometown. Because actually Indonesia, especially in my hometown, is really limited touch of technology, something like that. And our first innovation, our first step of this, I guess, is making the automatic aerator system, because the farmers over there, they cannot come to the pool at exact time in every 4 hours to turn the aerator on and off, something like that. So the dissolved oxygen level is not in optimal condition. So we make the automatic aerator system. Next, please. And this one is the prototype. We also using watering sensor, because our consideration to use watering sensor is when the rain comes, the aerator system will automatically off, because the rain is already bring dissolved oxygen. Next. This prototype of aerator system is we already implemented in Berbah Sleman, Yogyakarta, in my hometown. And this is the documentation. And this is my team when we are doing our work. Next. So the second one is the monitoring the water conditions. So actually, shrimp is a very sensitive animal, and the shrimp will easily attacked by a disease called white spot syndrome. If you have know it, this white spot, the shrimp will attacked by that disease if the water is not in optimal condition. But the farmers there has their limitation to monitor the water conditions, such as the potential of hydrogen and the temperature, the salinity, and so on and so forth, in a real time. So my team and I try to help the farmers by making a tool which can exactly monitor the water condition. But we're still in a prototype. Next please. And here's my prototype. So we use a tank. We use a little tank, and this tank has some sensor, but after right now we just add a potential of hydrogen sensor and temperature sensor, because actually we're gonna add more sensor, but it's hard to find, and it's too expensive for us, because we're still a high school student. Next please. This one is the interface, the future interface. Actually we already have the tool and the interface. The interface is compatible for PC, but after we're gonna develop it for Android. So we have the tool and the interface, but it's still separate. But soon after this, our future project is to combine them, to connect them, so the farmers can monitor the weather condition, and this interface will give them a kind of warning system. So when the weather condition is not in exactly normal condition, it will warn the farmer and give the farmers a notice what to do and what should they prepare to treat the pool so the water can back into normal conditions, something like that. Next. Next. Next again. So actually, what's the urgency of our project is, I heard the news that it's already really hot news that in the shrimp pool in South Coastal, especially in Kulon Progo, in this place, this big shrimp cultivation there, it will build a new international airport. So the shrimp farming will be evicted. So when it evicted, we cannot eat shrimp from Indonesia again. So our incubating system or our prototype for monitoring the shrimp from the previous site is also can have the role in it. So the tank will we will make the tank in a huge in a big part, in a big size, and we can cultivate the shrimp in a tank. So we can so the shrimp will not only can cultivate at the real shrimp farming right there in South Coastal, but we also can cultivate the shrimp far away from the South Coastal. But we can manipulate the water condition. We can also control the water condition, and we we really make an artificial environment for shrimp farming. That's all.
Thank you very much, there. So, guys, any questions? I think we've got time for maybe a couple. Has anybody got questions specifically for any of the?
I just have one question. Some of you work out of maker spaces, and some of you work on behalf of schools, and we've got a good mix of these two. The difference, I think, Kartika, you mentioned in your talk, the difference between working at the school and working out of a maker space in a project. So, in terms of outcomes, in terms of the way the projects are guided, how do you feel that working in a institution, a structured institution, helps you focus, or is it in a maker space? Do you have more freedom? Do you have anything that? And Sudarshan, you work pretty much for yourself. So how do you feel, and how would you look at it?
So from my perspective, working in a makerspace is.
Since I cannot speak for the school side too much in terms of actual making, because my school doesn't have very highly specialized making equipment, but what I can say is that when you are at a makerspace, you will find people with different skill sets, because one person cannot know everything. And so when you're at a makerspace and you're working as a team, you will have people in your team that will know a lot more than you do in some areas, and you will know a lot more than them in some areas. So that may not be true in schools because everyone's being taught the same exact thing. But in a makerspace, there's a real opportunity to learn from everyone else, and also it's more creative in the sense you have a lot more equipment, you have a lot more freedom than to actually complete an assignment for grades and in school, whereas in a makerspace, you are really doing it what you believe in.
My thoughts would be about the same, but I want to explain more on the school, because my school does have a maker program, and I mean what they teach you in design and engineering class is a very structured way to think to get to the end product. So they say, oh yeah, we have a flow chart and you have to do this, and then if you don't get this, then you do the same thing over and again, and you do it over and over until you get a product. In my experience, although that is what happens, I don't really follow the steps I don't think of the steps while I'm following them, I just do it. So I don't really want to be forced into writing what I'm thinking down. I just go there and you just go with the flow. Sometimes it's trial and error, and sometimes you have to think through what you're doing. But at the end, as long as you get there, it should be fine. So that's why I actually like to work independently rather than work based on a system. And in terms of maker spaces, yes, I believe in the community as well. I actually contribute to open source software as well. So I really think that as a community, when they come together, they can really do amazing things. So I think makerspaces and open source software is actually pretty amazing.
I've just got one question for Thea. Thea, when you actually started scoping such a large project that had such a major social impact, what was the process? How did you go about it? How did you go about scoping the problem, identifying the issues, and communicating that within your team? Sorry? Oh, sorry. Yeah, how did you go about defining, identifying the project, the Shrimp project? What was the process that you used for that?
So the process of our project is actually it starts from our discussion. So actually I'm not my basic is not in electrical or engineering. My basic is on biology actually. I am the student of high school, and next week I want to enter a college, Gajah Mada University, in Department of Microbiology. So our team, our makerspace is not basically all of them not all of them. The basic of our community is not all from engineering, but we collaborate from any other major or something like that, and yeah, we start our project from a little bit discussion, and we share the problems, we read the news, and we collaborate, and we think what to do and what's the best to do, and if we have a problem, we ask to our mentor. So in our community, it's not all of them not high school, so some of them are already college students, and we can discuss with them with the more experienced one. So when we make it, the point is we always have a discussion, mentoring, and something like that.
Thank you. I think that's it.
That's all we have time for, unfortunately.
You guys, thank you so much. I could put a round of applause.
Am I allowed to have a question? I was too late to put up my hand. I wanted to ask you from Georgia. Did the income of the shrimp farmers increase from your intervention with the devices?
So the income of the shrimp pool will be increased with my project or not.
Yeah.
So soon, if we have developed it, and soon if we have really engaged, if our project is already really good, then soon, inshallah, it will be increase the income, increase the productivity, and increase the value of the production, inshallah.
Thank you.